Good evening. The City Council will convene on Thursday, December 28th, 2023, to hold a special meeting at 6:00 p.m. for the purpose of discussing any and all business via in-person and remote participation in accordance with Chapter 40A of the Massachusetts General Laws. Remote participation is allowed in accordance with Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, signed into law by Governor Healy on March 29th, 2023, suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Section 30A 18. Alternative public access to this meeting shall be provided in the following manner. 1, the meeting will be televised via Peabody Access Television. 2, real-time public comments during public hearings can be addressed to the Peabody City Council utilizing the Zoom virtual meeting software for remote access. This application will allow users to view the meeting and make a comment or question to the chair via the audio option. I'd now like to turn it over to Councilor McGinn this evening.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before I make a motion on item A, I'd like to defer to the mayor. I believe he has a correction to request on a couple of the documents that the council voted earlier.
Thank you, Councilor McGinn. Mr. Mayor?
All right. Well, good evening, councilors. Thank you very much. I just have a few words today, but I wanted to just thank all of you for your commitment to the city. I think we've done some really terrific things this year, and this is a special meeting, and I appreciate every member of the council being here today for this important, I think, and historic vote that I know all of us believe in. But I really appreciate everybody coming out tonight to make sure that we accomplish this goal here and purchase the land for the golf course. So again, thank you for being here tonight. I'm not going to get into, certainly, the details. I think we covered those pretty well, but certainly I am available to answer any questions on the purchase, the land, anything of that nature. Certainly I'm available to answer any questions, happy to do so. But I didn't think I would get into that tonight, considering that we had a pretty lengthy discussion and vote a couple of weeks back, but certainly, again, available for that. There are two motions I'm asking for tonight. When we went to record the documents at the Registry of Deeds on Tuesday, the day after Christmas, there was a certificate of title incorrectly listed that the registry has asked us to correct. They just labeled it a Scrivener's error. So I wanted to ask if we could, and I was going to ask Councilor McGinn to make a motion to amend to correct a Scrivener's error. It was just a certificate of title. A couple of numbers on the certificate of title were incorrectly listed, and we just needed to correct that. Nothing else of importance in terms of substantive, in terms of the transaction, but it's just an error in the numbers, and just wanted to ask for that correction. Then Allison, our city clerk, would certify that, and then we will be recording the document tomorrow, so we officially will be the owner of the property. And then at that time, we'll be sending out the wire to Russolo. And that brings us to the second motion, which we're here for tonight, would be the motion to appropriate for the bond. I do not yet know how we're going to fund it in terms of the golf course proceeds, community preservation, some other things we're looking at. I should have that in a couple of months in terms of paying forward the debt service on this purchase. But I'll be bringing that forward for votes from all of you once we get to that point. We got a little time on that. So I'm asking for two votes tonight. One is to amend to correct the Scrivener's error on the certificate of title for the vote for acquisition of land and for the award of damages. And then the second would be the vote to fund the bond and appropriate the funding. Happy to answer any questions on that, Mr. President, or any members of the council.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Any councilors with any questions for the mayor? Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. Through you to the mayor. Mr. Mayor, just for the record, can you articulate the specific changes that you're requesting so we can refer to what your verbal changes are in the motion?
Thank you, Councilor. And just to clarify, this was a little tricky, and I mentioned it at the beginning, or when we met a couple weeks back. Part of this land is under registered land, and part of this land is under recorded land, which require two different filings with the Registry of Deeds. And on a couple of the documents, they had the incorrect title number. So we're correcting on the vote for acquisition of land and for the award of damages. We're inserting the new certificate of title number 8802, 21488, and 83408. one of the departments at the registry required that change. So we're just inserting those three numbers in the vote acquisition and the award of damages.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilor McGinn?
Thank you, Mr. President. So I would move to amend to correct Scrivener's error as requested verbally here this evening by His Honor the Mayor on the two documents, the previously voted by the council, the vote for acquisition of land, and the vote for award of damages. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilors, you heard the motion from Councilor McGinn. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco, Daigle.
Yes.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Peach. Yes. Manning Martin.
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Rozignol.
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Councilor McGinn?
Thank you, Mr. President. I am going to quickly read item A. Bond order for course land acquisition, be it ordered by the City Council of the City of Peabody that $9 million is appropriated for land acquisition of property located at 80 Granite Street of 132.5 acres, more or less, and more particularly described as Assessment 103, Lot 107, including the payment of costs incidental or related to. It is further ordered that the Treasurer is authorized to file an application with the appropriate Commonwealth of Massachusetts to qualified under 4A of the general laws, and all bonds authorized to be borrowed pursuant to this order, and to provide such information and such documents as such official Commonwealth may require in connection therewith, and that to meet the Treasurer, with the approval of the Mayor, is authorized to borrow said amount under Chapter 44 of the general laws or any other enabling authority that the Treasurer officials is authorized to take actions necessary or convenient to carry out the purpose of this order, and that this order be advertised as read. Mr. President, and so I move to approve as advertised, approve, adopt, and adopt as advertised and read. So moved.
Councilor McGinn. Councilors, you've heard the motion from Councilor McGinn. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle. O'Neill.
Yes.
Peach. Yes. Manning Martin.
Yes.
Gould. Rozignol.
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Councilor, we're going to go to Betancourt.
Thank you. And vote very briefly, I just wanted to mention the next steps. Once we have the certified vote, which we'll be getting this evening, Attorney Khan will be recording the documents at the Registry of Deeds tomorrow, so we become the record owner of the property. And then, shortly after, we'll be wiring the money first down to Russolo. Mary Martin and Ross Teitelbaum will be taking care of that for us in the morning. Will be paid tomorrow, and then the full payment of $6 million will be due on or before February 28th. So at that time, it will be completed. I anticipate in and around time with the plan payment of service, as I mentioned, kind of breaking that down. I have to go to the Community Preservation Committee to meet and discuss. We've been in touch with Russolo almost on a daily basis, and we anticipate many more discussions in terms of other parcels. So for this vote, it's an important vote. Really feel good about what we're securing for future generations, and hopefully there'll be more to come.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Any councilors' final questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much.